Okay, so out of 100 marks, how many would you give to the efficiency of one-on-one tutoring in general?
In general, out of 100 marks, I think it's it's quite high. I think I would say probably about 80, yeah, because it would depend on the student, but usually it's quite high. Yeah.
How about small groups?
Small groups also quite high, but maybe not so much. Maybe 70.
And big class, like normal school class size?
Big classes, I think it has to be 50-50 at best, because it can really vary. Yeah.
How about lecture size?
And lecture size, I actually think certainly for English teaching, I don't think there's much success with that. Very low, I would have thought, maybe 30.
Okay. How about videotape?
Hard to say, but probably about the same, 30. Yeah.
Okay. How about tutoring in general?
It definitely seems to have a positive effect, so I think in general I would rate it quite highly. Again, 80 or 90.
And about the efficiency of tutoring, can you say it like in terms of the three levels of students, like high ability students, middle ability, and also lower ability? Is tutoring efficient?
I think for high ability students it's very efficient, because they are more likely to manage their own learning quite well. For middle and lower, it's less efficient, because it can often be a problem with the communication with the student. The motivation of the student as well is sometimes lower. I think it's definitely more effective with higher level students.
But is tutoring like helpful to all levels of students?
I think it can be, yeah. Definitely there are some lower level students that would benefit from one-on-one tutoring as opposed to in the classroom where they don't get the attention they need. So yeah, it's definitely beneficial to everybody.
And question 10, you said that you are willing to give guidance to the students if they take some questions from the tutoring centers to ask you. Why are you willing to answer them, to guide them?
I think within reason I would try to be helpful to my students if possible. That's part of the role of a teacher, I think. So long as it doesn't overtake the primary focus of the lessons, and it's in a time when it's appropriate, then I think we should always be helpful to the student.
Question 15. If two students, A is having tutoring classes and B is without tutoring lessons, will you treat them differently in terms of like during the lesson or with their homework?
Consciously, no, I will not choose to treat students differently depending on something like that. However, that might affect their behavior or motivation in the lesson, and then they may end up getting more benefit from the lesson and being treated differently from that. But I would never consciously choose to give different treatment depending on outside factors.
Because they're both students, right?
I think they deserve the same chance as all other students, yeah.
Okay, 21. You said you don't view tutoring centers as competitors, so how do you view their status?
In what way, their status?
So how do you view their existence?
I don't give too much thought to it, really. I think they're part of life in Hong Kong. I think in some ways good.
Do you view them like friends, partners?
I don't really consider it because as a classroom school teacher, I think whether they exist or not, there will always be schools, and I don't think they affect me too
No
much.
influence.
Yeah.
Okay, 22. Can you give a metaphor of a teacher and a tutor? Like some teachers said that a teacher is a teacher, and then a tutor is like a TA, teaching assistant. Can you like give some metaphors?
That's metaphor. I don't really know of a metaphor. I guess a teacher can teach you the method, and a tutor is more like a coach that can help you with your technique.
24. Have you ever had tutoring yourself?
No, I haven't.
Primary school, secondary school.
In
never?
England, it's not so common to have after-school tutoring. I did have guitar lessons and some sports lessons out of school tutoring, but not really as intense as the Hong Kong style. Just after-school clubs and things.
There wasn't so much pressure
No.
on your academic performance.
Not at all, no. No, very little
Okay.
pressure.
31. How do you describe a good tutoring? In terms of like the teacher-student ratio, environment.
Well,
everything.
I think good tutoring, the tutor will devote the time to the students and give each their undivided attention for the period of the class, and try to and get some enthusiasm for the subject from the students. So it should be, if not fun, then at least a rewarding experience for the student.
How about the teacher-student ratio?
I think it should be lower, definitely.
Maximum.
I think for those out-of-school tutoring, I think much less than classroom size is the best. So maybe maximum 3 or 4 students is ideal, really.
How about the qualification of the tutor?
I think they should be quite strict about how qualified the tutors are. I think they should at least have experience, if either teaching or have some qualification in tutoring. Maybe university level would be the best.
Have you ever contacted your students' tutors?
No.
What do you think about the communication between a teacher and the student's tutor? Do you think it's good?
I'm not really able to comment because I don't really know. I've never had to contact a student's
what
tutor.
do you think about it? Do you think it's helpful for your teaching for the student?
I can't imagine a way for me that it would be, but I suppose it could be. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.